Hey, Niels, you're in first. Happy Saturday, January 3rd, Dumaguete, Philippines. I was a little, apprehensive about doing a live. As you can see, the dark clouds kind of, but it's not that bad. Hey, Fox. So I'm gonna go for it. What's the worst that can happen, right? A little rain, but it's kind of weird. It always seems like the darkest clouds go above land and everything out at the ocean looks fine. But either way, I'd be walking anyway, whether I would live stream or not. But nice breeze. Yes, the sun's not like pumping out hot, but it's fine. Yeah, beautiful day. You know the deal with me. Either way, I'm lacing them up. I'm going for my daily walk and see who wants to see the sights and sounds of Dumaguete. I've been really enjoying doing my live streams with the walking, and seems to be a little niche for me, which I'm thankful for. But yeah, every day is a good day, even if the sun's not really out that bright. I like it and enjoy it. A little quiet though still, like even though it's Saturday, typically Saturdays the traffic's not too crazy, but I just think a lot of people are still on extended 4th of July celebrations, and not either working. A lot of like private little stores and stuff are still, I noticed, still shut down, closed. So that's good, The Philippine people deserve a little bit of a break. Hey, Stone Cold, welcome. Niche is good, peaked at 350 not long ago. Yeah, it's a blessing. That's all I can say. Simply being me and just going out and about in Dumaguete. I think the funniest comment I got yesterday was somebody said to me, I don't know if they said Michael, but they just said, "You saved me $1,300 on a plane ticket." It was kind of funny, showing them all the city. So yeah, you saved me $1,300 on a flight. Well, I would hope they would still come. But thank you, Stone Cold. Graham, Michael, hi there, my friend. Hello, Graham. Always great to be with you in the channel. Yeah, like I said, I'm thankful when you guys are here. I enjoy it walking anyway. So I know I say this over and over again, but I'd be doing it anyway. Now I'm just sharing what I see, same old stuff, but you never know, something different. There's always a little bit of a twist, somebody new, a new face, maybe something along the way when I'm walking, but it's always fun. Again, I'm a people watcher. I've always been like that, even back in the States, more so now, but it's more interesting here. But Stone Cold, Graham says hi. Stone Cold says hi to Graham. Graham says comment, like, and subscribe. Yeah, again, anybody here that's new to my channel, my name's Michael. Born and raised in the States. Spent the majority of my life in Pennsylvania. All but just about 2 years I lived in Florida. And if I was still living in the States, I might still be in Pennsylvania, but hopefully I'd be living in Florida. But the bad part about all that is I'd still be working. Rick Wallace says, where are you at? I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. Dumaguete, Philippines. Gary the Snail. Hey, your name sounds very familiar in the fact that you called me Michael. Not that I'm gonna go down. Gary the Snail. Anyway, hello, Gary again. Astral says, do you have a Filipina girlfriend? Yes, I currently have a girlfriend. But everybody always says, do I have a wife? I'm not married. I have a girlfriend, but that's the coffee shop that I go to. But First Coffee right across the street. That's like my favorite go-to coffee place here in Dumaguete, Philippines. Michael Lemon says he was talking to me. Happy New Year. Hold on, I gotta go back. Michael Lemon says, hey to Gary. Michael says he was talking to me. Yeah, there's always lots of Michaels in my live streams. Lots of Michaels, very popular name. But Michael Lemon says hey to Gary, and then we got Maynard Carino 2255 says Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well. Like I said, I did a little walking earlier this morning, and not very active, but active enough to not be completely boring. Hopefully not, but we'll see. Graham says, have you had coffee today? Yes, I just had coffee, Graham. I had a Spanish latte, iced Spanish latte before I got rolling. Hopefully I'm good and I don't have to make any pit stops to the bathroom. The evil Cubite says hello. Hello, evil Cubite. Gary the Snail says, yes, sir, we talked a little bit last night. Or it probably would have been your night and my day. But Nalat Cheer says, enjoy the peace, bro. Nula Cheer 8059. John Picard says hi. Hello, John. Michael Lemon says, I'm just playing, haha. Well, hey, I liked it. That was good. I like when people have fun in the live streams, but you know, your name's Michael, my name's Michael. There's other people that come in here with the name Michael. There's the bank. If anybody needs a bank when they come to Dumaguete, BPI is a popular bank. Happy New Year to everybody. David Hallisey, are you in the Philippines? Yes, I am, David. Gary says 10 miles is quite a bit for every day. I'm used to it though. Hell, even after I do 10 miles, I don't even feel tired. I feel more energized, but I sleep great, and that's the whole idea. Graham says, time for coffee tomorrow. Thank you so much, Graham. I appreciate that very much. That's very generous, and again, I'm humbled all the time when people make donations like that. For me, just, you know, sharing my happiness and my fun here in the Philippines. Truly a blessing. Ricky Wallace says, V. Chris says, hello, sir. Good morning from Ilagan City, Isabel, Luzon, Philippines. Thanks. Happy New Year to all you. Thanks. Thank you, Chris Bogtas. And then we got my man, DJ Kirby Puckett, even though it's DJ Puckett, but a little thing, an inside joke. His last name is like Kirby Puckett, the baseball player. Thank you, Graham. I greatly appreciate that. Gary Snell says, thanks for the tips on the shoes to wear. You said Brooks yesterday, and I'm going to get some because I walk a lot too. Yeah, Brooks are my go-to. Yeah, I have two pairs. Actually, I'm wearing my other pair right now. That's my other pair of Brooks. They're my go-to shoe. Glad to meet you as well, Rick Wallace. Luis Herrera says, aloha from Honolulu. That's awesome. You're like the second person, I think, that that's come into the live stream recently from Hawaii. That's very, very cool. Maynard Karina says, always welcome the good vibes. Put aside those negativity and be happy, contented of what you have for now. Still be safe. Yeah, always safe. I love, like I said, I wake up every day. I can't wait to get outside and just be engulfed in like the people here. I greatly appreciate, you know, how welcoming everybody is, and it's always fun here. Never a dull moment for me, but yeah, like all the fruit stands that were all along here, they're all gone. Maybe it was just like a holiday thing. Art Park says, what's happening, Drifter? I'm just drifting the day away. You know me. Making my rounds here in Dumaguete. Seeing what people, new faces you meet, and see how happy everybody is. Everybody's always smiling. And that's, I don't know if that's not the fruit and vegetable part of the public market. But I'm good. Graham says, I have a good friend that runs marathons, and when he's done with a pair of runners, he says he's retiring them. Yeah, I think the guys that do the marathons, though, hello, Happy New Year. A lot of people that have the runners, I think their shoes on the bottom are thinner and more, they're just basically, if I'm guessing correctly, I think they're only meant to be used once, one and done. Not that many. They're much thinner. I actually had a pair of those one time, thinking, not knowing that they were meant for marathons. I thought I'd get a lot of mileage on them on the bottom, and I didn't get any mileage. They didn't last and they were very expensive. Art Park says, someday we'll have to take a walk together. Yes, we will. Does it ever bother you to have to rent everything versus you can buy a house? Gary the Snails, I don't mind not having anything, to be honest with you. I got so, you know what? We're born into this world with nothing, and we're going to leave it with nothing. That's at least the way I believe it. And I've been so humbled, and my eyes have been opened so much that I don't want to have anything, you know, just the little bit of personal stuff that I need to survive. Obviously, my shoes are very important because I do a lot of walking, but I don't miss any of that stuff. And the rent is so cheap here. Hell, I'd be spending that, what is it, a little over $400 a month for my rent. I'd be spending it on something else anyway. So, you know, I know rent is only good for a month, but I'd probably be buying other stuff in the US for $400 a month, and temporary happiness, materialistic stuff. $400 a month for rent is money well spent, in my opinion. Jock says hello. Kim Soo Han says, is this the Philippines? Yeah, this is the Philippines. Gary says, I believe that too. Kim says, Indonesia more cheap. Yeah, I've heard there's a lot of other places that are like less expensive and potentially could be nicer. I've heard a lot of good things about Da Nang, Vietnam. Also in parts of Thailand could be nicer, better food, maybe less expensive. Yeah, you kind of just gotta figure out what you want to do. And I mean, at least once you get into Asia, you have all these opportunities in front of you to visit other countries, and it's certainly less expensive to travel from within Asia than outside of Asia. More cheap, nice food. Watching from Toronto, Canada. Thank you, Maynard Carino. Thank you for watching from Canada. I appreciate it. And again, I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines, and it's Saturday afternoon, 1:19 p.m. in the afternoon, January 3rd. A lot slower today. Kind of like yesterday a little bit. Maybe a little more active in the supermarket and the stores. But I'm gonna walk through, I think, the market. I'm gonna try going in there. Have you been to Okinawa? I think you mean Okinawa. No, I haven't been there yet. The first country I wanna visit someday is Japan someday. That's like number one. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Neil's taking care of business, I see. Half the time, like I said, that's the one thing with I'll go in here, see how things work in here today. Show you guys the public market. Try to walk slow. How often do you have to retain your authorization to be there? It's every 2 months. Every 2 months I have to extend my my visa, my tourist visa. It's good for 2 months. Cost me 1,960 pesos, which is equivalent, at least when I got my extension, it was $33.37, something like that. But yeah, lots of fish. Yeah, it's much more common here today. Usually it's very, very Happy New Year. Usually it's a lot more busy. Happy New Year. Like this kind of fish was probably 240 pesos per kilo. Danny says this is Toronto. Hey, Danny. That's good, Niels. I appreciate you taking care of things. I can't see half the comments nowadays anyways, but I appreciate you. Lorenzo, watching from Lansing, Michigan. Virginia says yes. I'm watching from Keswick, Ontario, Canada. Welcome everybody who's here from Canada. Lots of Canada in the house. Stay warm. Oh, Virginia's from South Carolina. Yeah, I used to go to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina a lot as a kid. I love Myrtle Beach. No, I appreciate it, Niels. I know you don't tolerate, you know, unnecessary people being unnecessary. But yeah, like, see, this would be 220 per kilo. I don't even know what kind of fish they are, but they're very pretty and very fresh. That's all. Like 200. They're little, they're smaller. Virginia says, I'm 30 minutes from South Carolina. 33 every 2 months permit. Yeah, Ricky, that's what it is. Basically, I consider it like a tax, quite honestly, and it's fine. I'm thankful that I'm allowed to, you know, visit here and be in the Philippines, and people are so gracious and nice and friendly here. I can definitely see that's pork, ground beef. Like I said, it's like you got the meat fish section here, and then over I think is the vegetables. I could probably go through there. Is this a buffet? Hello, Anthony. How you doing, my friend? Happy New Year, Anthony. Good afternoon, Eva. Good afternoon. Yeah, like look at the size of these. Like that says tuna 700 to 800 per kilo. Blue marlin, I don't know what that is. Taraguido. Yeah, Happy New Year, Anthony. Maynard says, I retired early, only 800 bucks. I love to spend my retirement. Supposed to be there, but the budget, not enough. If I decide to stay there, my medicines will make me broke for sure. Sorry to hear that. I hope there's some way that you can make it work, and you can at least come here and visit. Gary Snell says, I heard it one time you actually had to leave the Philippines and get on a plane for one day and then come back. You have to, after 3 years is your maximum. That was the latest I heard. You can be in the Philippines for up to 3 years until you got to leave the country, and then you can come back. And then that cycle starts all over again. So, Happy New Year. I'm gonna go through here, I think. See what I can find. See if the signal stays good in here. We'll find out. This is like all the vegetables. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I came back out. Yeah. Some of these buildings are like, the roof on this building is more open of the meat and the fish. This one here, once you go in, it's really enclosed, and it cut off my signal right away. So yeah. Are you surviving on $800 a month? I don't want to get into specifics as to how much I spend or have per month or available, but let me think what I spend. My rent. Let me know if you guys got me back, if I'm back or the signal's still bad. Just let me know if I'm back before I start talking. Whenever you guys give me the go-ahead and say the signal's fine, then I'll start talking again. Rada Kalam says, enjoy your stay here in the Philippines. All right, yes, I'm back. Thank you. I appreciate that, because that's usually another reason why I leave the comments run to the end, because sometimes I can't keep up anyways while I'm walking, but at least I know if I start to lag or I lose my signal, you guys can let me know that and give me indication that it's gone. But thank you, Graham. Roy says, Happy New Year and your family. Happy New Year to you. Dude on a rolls here. Dyslexic philosopher. What place is this? Dumaguete, Philippines. Dyslexic philosopher. That's a different name. Gary Snell says, so far so good. All right, so now I'm kind of back. I was trying to answer the question that whoever asked me about budgeting money. Again, you can find an apartment for rent for less than what I'm paying. I'm in a fairly nice place in Dumaguete. My apartment, which includes an on-site gym, it's a studio apartment, very small. Almost a queen, I guess, double bed. I don't think it's a queen. And then Wi-Fi is included, which is very good Wi-Fi. The on-site pool, the on-site gym. is 24,000 pesos per month, which is equivalent. It fluctuates because of the value of the dollar, but it's like a little over $400 a month. But you can also find places just as I have air conditioning, heated shower, bathroom, heated water. You can find a place for less than what I'm paying, just as nice, maybe even nicer. You just have to look around. I just went with something that I was familiar with here in Dumaguete because I was here before, went back to the States before deciding to come back here full time. And there was another apartment I was looking at, but it wasn't available when I wanted to move in, and I didn't want to keep wasting money in a hotel. So that's why I just went back to a place I was familiar with. And it is nice having an on-site pool. If you're going to a pool, you might have to pay for the pool. If you're going to a gym, you got to pay a fee for the gym. So for me, and I don't have to pay any like dues, apartment dues or stuff like that. The owner takes care of that. See, there you go. Rain Bitcoin says, yeah, I'm paying $15K for a sweet condo. The one I was looking at here in Dumaguete, it was going to be brand new. It just wasn't finished built. Had the split aircon, kitchen, studio, would have been fully furnished. It was like around 15,000. Now, I don't know if that would have included Wi-Fi, but it was like around 15, and that's what I held out for. I waited for over a month. But then, you know, when people say, I think it's going to be ready in a couple more weeks and a couple more weeks, that could turn into a couple more months. And I didn't want to spend that much in a, you know, someone. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I don't know. You can have it. Ricky Wallace says, do you take donations? I mean, if people, I don't require them or request them or ask for them. I just, you know, if people do that, that's the kindness in their heart and that's what they want to do. It's up to the individual. I appreciate anything, but that's not my main focus or purpose of my channel. That's just a blessing when I get stuff like that. To answer your question, Rick Wallace, to each his own. That's up to the individual. But yeah, I don't know if you just saw that. There's 100 pesos laying on the ground. 100 peso dollar, you know, bill, paper bill. The guy was standing there. I just looked at him and I just picked it up and gave it to him. He looked at me like, this isn't mine. Well, I said, well, it is yours now. I just gave it to him, you know. I don't need to keep that for myself. And who knows? I just said, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Graham says, Ricky Wallace, hit the $, you make donations. Again, that's just up to the individual. I do this because I enjoy it. I want to motivate people. This is what my whole YouTube thing is all about. Whatever becomes of my channel, that's great. Positive or negative, it doesn't matter to me. I'm still going to keep sharing my happiness and the simple things in life. That's what I'm going to keep doing. But for anybody that's new, 100 pesos, I always say 300 pesos is like, I don't know, between $5 and $6. So 100 pesos, I don't know, somebody do the math for me. I don't know where 100 pesos is right now, but some people only make 300 pesos in a day. So 100 pesos is a lot of money for somebody here. But that was kind of cool. I like that. It's kind of like that, find a penny, pick it up all day long, you have good. Thank you, Josh, and hello, Josh. $1.70. So there's $1.70 that was laying on the ground in the public market. And yeah, find a penny, pick it up all day long, you have good luck. Well, I just gave it to somebody else. That's the right thing to do anyway. Yes, 300 pesos a day. I know Philippine people here that work and they only make 300 a day. So if 100's $1.70, 200 I guess is 340. Yeah, you can figure that out, what they're making, you know, in a day. It's not a lot. Julie Buck says $2 is 100 peso. Yeah, like you said, the value of the dollar goes up and down every day, so it fluctuates. Hello, Bellis. Welcome, Bellis. Josh Wilson said that could buy a meal. With that 100 peso, yeah, he can get food. He can definitely get rice. Maybe some cheaper pork belly, kind of like adobo or something like that. I'll go down through here. Dean Newberry says it looks peaceful there. Yeah, it is peaceful. I never feel uncomfortable, out of place. I can specifically speak to where I'm exactly at, and that's Dumaguete, Philippines. Dixon Fernandez says, how are they survivors? They survive, and I'm sure, they have to depend on other family members to contribute as well, but I don't know. It's wild when you think about 300 pesos per day, and then you take it per week. A lot of these people are working 6 to 7. They're working every day of the week. They don't even get a day off. I think a lot of them, when they get scooters, maybe they're making payments on them. At least some of the people that I've talked to. Do you ever worry about being alone when you're walking through town? Gary the Snail, never. I don't even feel nervous. I mean, the first time when I got here, July of 2024, I don't necessarily say I was scared, but I was intimidated. I'm in a completely other part of the world, halfway around the world. So yeah, I was intimidated. But the thing that helps here in the Philippines is a lot of the locals here can speak English, versus some other Asian countries. I don't know if they speak much English at all. So then I'd be kind of, what if I did need help? I mean, yeah, you could use your translator on your phone and all that, but it's certainly easier just to be able to look someone in the eye and speak to them versus busting out my phone, to have a conversation. So yeah, it's intimidating, but I quickly went away, because once you see how friendly and nice the people are here, and they're happy to see you, and if you ask them a question or ask them for help, honestly, they like it. They actually like it when you ask, for kind of like help or directions. But I've been in Dumaguete long enough that I can virtually walk just about everywhere. And I've even walked through some of what people might consider, I don't know, shady areas, really, really late at night. I haven't done that in a while. But there are some nights I was walking home between midnight and 1 o'clock in the morning. You just pay attention to your surroundings and kind of have your guard up, I guess, if you feel like something might happen to you. Jake says, where is this? This is Dumaguete, Philippines, Jake. Walking through the city here. More music. I don't like when I get by music, because then especially that song, because that's an actual song, and I don't want to get hit with copyright. So Lisa got a Western Union. Yeah, they do have Western Unions here. Is there any U.S. military in the area? Good question. Maybe somebody else here, one of my mods in the chat, would know if there's any. I know there's military. I think they're stationed somewhere in the Philippines. I think because the U.S. protects the Philippines, so I'm assuming. I don't know exactly where they're stationed at, but I know they're here somewhere. Yeah, I think Dumaguete's fairly clean. And again, I know they're not getting snow here, and there's no plow trucks going on the pavement, but I don't really ever see potholes here or anything. Of course, I think the majority of those are either caused, at least in the States, probably cheap asphalt or the plows and stuff in the northern states that get snow. Dean says, tell me about the seafood. I like getting sushi a lot. I can show you the place that a lot of people go to here. It's really inexpensive, and it's good. You get different types of sushi rolls, salmon and crab and shrimp. I think the fish and the seafood's as fresh as you can get it. It's right out of the ocean. There you go, Jason Effect. Hello, Jason. Sorry if I missed you. Subic Bay in Luzon is most well-known U.S. military base. There we go. Thank you so much for taking care of that, Jason. Subic Bay in Luzon. I need to start remembering some of this stuff. Levi Vaughn says, how you doing today, bro? I'm doing great. Another happy day for me in the Philippines. Simply walking, along down the streets. I'll get down by the water, by the ocean. I just keep going. Yesterday I went to the mall. Some people suggested I keep walking, so I wanted to think of somewhere different to go. So I went to the mall. pretty busy actually in the mall. Malls here are different than back in the States. The malls now here, in at least in Dumaguete, or even heck, Bacola, the malls, much more active. Kind of remind me of the way it used to be in the malls in the States before everybody just started ordering stuff online. Hold on. Do you go to church there? Yeah, there is a church. There's actually two of them that we can go to. One's a little further away for me, and then the other one is like closer, local. But for me, the number one thing that I do, not to get religious or anything like that, I've been reading the Bible. That's what actually an audio Bible, because I've never been big on reading, but that's a new gym over there by the 7-Eleven. Obviously, there's 7-Elevens everywhere. Looks so wonderful, brother. Thank you for your content sharing culture. Where do you go now? I'm going to go towards the ocean, and then I'm going to go up and around. See, that's another thing. Everything's so close. I've eaten at this place, Joe's Chicken. They usually, well, they're not cooking any now, but they usually cook it right on that grill. It's good. Get whatever, legs, thighs, breasts on a stick, barbecue. It's good. Dean says, I tint windows. Maybe I could do as a side hustler. I'm sure it's possible. I guess the only thing I don't like about the tinted windows is sometimes the front windshield, because when you're crossing the road, normally you like to make eye contact with the person before you cross the street. You can't see them. They're so dark. Not all of them, but just about all of them. So you're kind of guessing. You're like walking out and looking and just making sure they don't creep out and clip you, but usually they don't. I always show this place. This is my favorite place if you need imported food. A lot of foreigners go here, but it's called Belchris. I'd go in, but I'd probably lose the darn signal. These places going in and out are hit or miss for me. So sometimes I try not to go in there as much because I don't want to get bumped from the live stream. But Belchris is I go to get my beef burgers there. You can get ground beef, you can get Angus beef, you can get chuck beef, and as long as they have it. Sometimes they can run out if they're not, getting a shipment in. So sometimes it's hard to get double. That way you're backed up, because if you see something in that store and you like it, you're better off getting 2 to 3 of them just to have backup. But yeah, it's spitting a little rain, little drip drops, but it's not too bad. Let me see where we're at here. McDonald's burgers they taste like American burgers. You know what? I don't eat much fast food. The only place I tried here, which is just because it's popular, is Jollibee's. And actually, when I was in Bacolod, my girlfriend had never tried Burger King, I don't think. Or maybe she wanted to try it. So we went to Burger King. But yeah, I'm not a big fast food dude. Mikey says, remember me. Well, if you're a Michael or a Mikey, yeah, I'm sure I remember you. And I apologize if I don't. But that Mikey 2026, the year 2026, seems very familiar. He could have a great business tinting windows on all those bikes and scooters. Yeah, I'm gonna walk away from this cloud because it's raining a little bit over here. So I'm gonna go into the boulevard. What planet is this? We're on planet Philippines. Planet Philippines, Dumaguete, Philippines. There are a lot of single women there. That's an understatement. I think there's a lot of single women. This is the big I love you Dumaguete sign. That's the big Dumaguete sign. That's actually the new one. They had another one before, but it got faded and stuff, and I just think they wanted something with more pop. Ryan Karakaran says, Washington State. Welcome. The other Christian, Maris and Lynn Angel said, are there a lot of single women? Yeah, I'd say so. There's a lot of beautiful women here as well. Mikey said, yesterday's stream, I was there. This channel is so good. Well, for that comment, I'm just gonna give you the blue jacket. And I do remember you now. And I appreciate, like I said, this is just me being me, going out, walking, doing my live stream, showing you a little bit of the ocean, but this is what I have. And like I said, I can go to that port, that boat right there, take the ocean jet, and 30 to 40 minutes be at Sikihor Island and visit a bunch of other beaches and waterfalls. It's very convenient. That's why I like it here. I wouldn't say Dumaguete is the best place to live or anything like that. There's so many places to see. But I just have a good vibe here, so that's why I like it. I prefer here than other places. I've only lived in one other place, and that was Bacolod. Too city-like. I mean, when you look at these buildings here, they don't get much higher than what you see. To me, Dumaguete, I mean, obviously that's an apartment building, that's somewhat high. But to me, Dumaguete is more like a town, whereas Bacolod is really like a big city. Buildings so high, I felt very smothered. The vibe was just different. You didn't have something like this to go walk along. It's blackout in that town. Sometimes they have a brownout, but no brownouts that I know of today. The electricity's working. Bees Poppin' says, hello, my friend. Hope you're having a good day. I'm having a great day. Bees Poppin'. Never a dull moment. Oh, I got Michelle Pelletier here. Good afternoon, Michael. Hello, Michelle. Jarrett Von Roy says hi. Again, Christian. Yeah, we're on planet Earth. How's the cost of living? Looks beautiful, Ryan asked. The apartment scenario, rentals or homes are very inexpensive here compared to the States. I can only give you my one example. My apartment is a small studio apartment, heated shower, kitchen to cook, what is it, double-sized bed, like a little lounge chair, everything you need. I don't spend a lot of time in my apartment. I'm not here to hang out in my apartment. I'm here to be out and about. Plus, I love walking. That includes Wi-Fi, an on-site pool, and an on-site gym. There's a basketball court, great security, newer building, elevator. Cost you 24,000 pesos a month, which is equivalent to 400 and something dollars. A little over maybe 410 a month. No more than that. Sometimes 406 to 410. But yeah, Eric, yeah, they're lower buildings. To me, this is like a town when I compare it to Bacolod. Bacolod is just city. If you're into the city, that's a great place for you to be. If you're more, they have a good hospital there in Bacolod, Riverside Hospital. Lots of places to eat. If you're big into malls, like they have really big malls that are like Western type malls, something you'd see in the US, but I've seen all the malls. I don't care about malls. I don't really buy anything either. Bluesin It Up says hi from Maine. Hello from Maine. Angela says, who's with you in Dumaguete? Well, with me originally was just myself. Now I have a girlfriend now, but friends that I made here in Dumaguete. The majority of them are local. I do have foreign friends here as well, but I have more locals, more Philippine people as friends here than I do foreigners. But I meet people every day. Acquaintances, people just to say hello, go out to dinner with people that are new that you meet. It's just so different being here. It's hard for me to explain sometimes until you actually come here. But first and foremost, it's always about the people. That's the number one thing for me, is the people. Michelle says, evening here, 12:45 B's. I'm in US, hope all is well with you. Why do I look like Trevor Wallace? All right, that name sounds familiar. Is Trevor, let me think. Trevor Wallace, is he a NASCAR driver? Or maybe I'm thinking of another Wallace. I know there's Rusty Wallace. Maybe Trevor Wallace is the sibling, children, or something like that. Who is Trevor Wallace? Dude on a Roll says, most of the questions are repetitive. Is there a way to have a chat bot that automatically gives a brief introduction about you, say, every 5 seconds? I've heard people say they have chat bots. I'm not sure what a chat bot can actually do, so I'm not that versed in the chat bot scene, but I get what you're saying. I tend to just, do my best answering questions or comments. A lot of them I can't get to anyway because I got to pay attention to where I'm walking and stuff, but This is the boulevard, very popular. This will get hopping later. This is like quiet now, but you know, vendors down through there. I'll have to do another night live stream so people can actually see what's going on in here, but then I head back more to the city. Eric's Powers says, I'm in St. Petersburg, Florida, but born in Savannah, Georgia. Well, welcome, Eric Powers. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. I'm just going out doing my daily walk in the Philippines, and you know, I'm very loyal to my daily walks. For health purposes, I'm very into like eating healthy, exercise, and lots of walking. I'm very disciplined, and yeah, and I get to do it with you guys. That's the fun part. I get to do these walks, and I get to share it with every people, let them see what I see as I'm walking around. Diet American food places, Ricky. Dixon Fernandez says, nice place to be walking with a dog. That too. I usually think I don't have time for pets, but if I were going to have a pet, it would definitely be a dog. And the dog, I don't know, it'd be interesting to see who would get tired first, the dog or me, because I like to walk at least 10 miles a day, and I get quite a bit when I do these live streams, probably like 7 miles out of a live stream on average, and then all I have is another 3 left, and usually it's like 1.5 miles to and from my apartment that right there. So there's 3. Was that a McDonald's? There's a McDonald's up this way. I walked past it already once, but I can show you. I'm just keeping an eye on the clouds and the rain. And again, if I don't see your comment or question, I'm not doing it deliberately. I completely apologize. It's just very hard because there's so many going by, and then I'm paying attention to where I'm walking in the street. And again, I appreciate everybody taking the time to comment, to be here, to ask questions, to support my channel. I can't thank you enough. But I just want to let you know, if I could pull a double duty and like be able to focus on everything, I would do it. I definitely would. Because without you guys, you know, this channel is nothing. I always read the bottom ones. That's what I try to focus on. Hello from Jeffersonville, Indiana. Another Indiana. I'm a big Notre Dame fan, so I've been to South Bend, Indiana many times. Gwen says, out, walk the dog. Michelle says, no need to apologize, Michael. Missed comments can be repeated. Dude on Roll says, Michael, you're doing your best. Again, I know, I just want people to know, like, I'm not some, you know, individual that just doesn't care about the fact that a lot of people are in here sharing their time with me, and if I could read them all, I certainly would. I guess if I was sitting, but I think if I was sitting, it would be kind of boring, and then the chat wouldn't be as fun. Live stream's not fun, in my opinion, unless there's something for you guys to see. Because I know for me personally, I think this is neat and fun for myself. Hey, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. And see, I love that too. That's one of the best parts about being out walking. This is Quaison Park, which, like I said, it's slow now. That's where people play their pickleball. They set up, well, they actually have a net right there. I don't think that was provided. I think someone just put that there. Typically, people will buy their own pickleball nets and set them up, but there's actually one there. So that's kind of cool, actually. There's a Jollibee across the street. But this place at a certain, later in the evening, but see, a lot of people are out for school too. All the college, the Silliman College students, STI college students, the schools, high schools, grade schools, they're out still on vacation. I think they start next week, but I'm not 100% sure. So normally this place is packed with people, especially when they're on their lunch breaks and stuff. Augusta, been there one time to pick up a Nology truck and drive back to Alabama. Oh yeah, Shepherd. You know what? I thought I already took care of you, but I'm gonna do this anyway, Shepherd. How you doing, Shepherd? Sorry if I missed you. Your girlfriend not interested in walking with you. She don't walk as much as I do, and if she's in the live stream, she'll tell you that. she's just not as big of a walker as me. She would get exhausted. Yeah, I'm like a walking fool, I guess you could say. But we do other stuff together when we do live streams. Again, I got to do more videos. Once there's a more interesting topic, video, then there'll be a video when her and our most recent video, if you see in the video, is when we went to Sikihor, I think, or the one before it. When I do little trips and stuff like that, those are when I do videos. 6 Point says, is it still minimum 1,000? You can do a live stream with 50 subscribers. All you need is 50 subscribers and you can do a live stream. 6.3, just so you know that. You only need 50 subscribers. Hi, bro, like what you were doing. Thank you, Okumo, sir. Thank you very much. And Stone Cold, yeah, 50 subs, you can do live streams. 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours, yes, you get monetized. Yep. But I appreciate Okumo, sir. You like what I'm doing. I appreciate it too, and I enjoy it. I'm not walking because I'm trying to do something I don't like to do, and it's just for the sake of YouTube. I'm walking because I love to do it. I'm incorporating YouTube into my walks because I'd be doing this anyway. I walk everywhere. Ryan Coran says content is great. Well, I appreciate that. Like I said, this is considered very slow right now, traffic. This is usually crazy. Like me walking like this, now I can always get across the street, but this is nothing. This is really, really, I think after this weekend, like starting on Monday here, you'll see everybody returning back to work more on a, back to normal, regular working and stuff. I think they have like extended vacations. Rick Wallace says, I just subscribed. Thank you, Rick. I greatly appreciate that. And again, I'm just simply being me. There is no nothing special, no acting, just me. What you see is what you get. And yeah, I just keep my live streams real and videos too. I just want to share my experiences with people and motivate other people to maybe take a leap of faith and try something new in their life. I'm not saying everybody's going to come to the Philippines and love it, but you never know until you try. And there's all different areas in the Philippines or in Asia. It's not necessarily just here in the Philippines. There's a lot of places to go. You walk on weekends too. Yeah, I walk every day. Every day. Unless something comes up, and I'm answering you to R4X. Unless something out of the blue comes up, I at least maybe get a little bit. Maybe a minimum of 3 miles. I'll get a quick walk in. I'm so, it's like my religion. My exercise is another religion. I'm very dedicated to it. I don't like to miss. I've been doing it for such a long time. I'm very strict with my diet. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke. And it's okay if people do. I'm not saying anything negative towards people that do. That's just me. I don't. Even the motorbike spots, usually this is jam-packed. There's actually a lot of room. But that's Lee Plaza across the street. That's a very busy, popular place. All right, Mikey. See, now Mikey, you're blue. Papa Gear, you are good. Do on a roll. Unlike Manila, not many beggars and homeless. They have them, but yeah, honestly, I don't even notice it as much. I kind of go with my gut and my heart when I know that there's somebody that I want to help. Sometimes I think there's certain individuals here that are kind of playing a game when it comes to asking for money, especially if the kid doesn't look hungry. Sometimes I've had kids come up to me, and it's funny. They're, they don't know probably that I've been here for a while. So I'll get a little chubby kid asking me for money, going like this, like he's hungry. And I'm like, you're not going to be chubby if you're hungry. But it's just funny, I help people. I kind of get this, I don't know. It's like an instinct inside of me that tells me this person really needs help. And I do that. I don't talk about that stuff much, but I help people. I just feel like that's what I'm supposed to do. But here's a McDonald's. I know people are asking me if there's a McDonald's. There's a McDonald's. Obviously, then you got Jollibee right across the street. Mikey asked, what does it mean when my username changed blue like I have right now? Basically, it means you're a moderator. But when I give people the blue, I try to, like, people that continue to come back, I eventually make you blue just because I want to show my respect and appreciation to you. And then, you have a little bit of power. If you see somebody putting inappropriate stuff in my live stream, you can remove that comment and stuff like that. But usually there's certain individuals, they know who they are, that basically take care of that. But we try to keep my chat from trolls. But I always joke and say, trolls need friends too. Wait a minute. Fortune says he made you a moderator. Hello, Fortune. Thank you for being here. If anybody has any really good questions that I can't answer, Fortune will answer. Fortune has a lot of knowledge, as do other people in the live stream. It's not, there's a lot of people. I'm the newbie here. I've only been here probably slightly over a year. And I'm learning more each and every day. So sometimes you might ask me something and I might not be able to answer it, and that's okay. I think I'm going to be learning stuff for the rest of my life, no matter where I'm at. And I would never feed you a line of BS if I couldn't give you the answer. But that's what's nice. A lot of people that I've met through YouTube that come into my channel, they're from the Philippines, or much more foreigners that came to the Philippines, or have much more knowledge and experience that can help. And I'm very thankful and appreciative of those guys. I can't do it alone. Dude on a roll. Even I got blue. I didn't realize it meant something until now. Yeah, surprise, surprise. That's like a Christmas, New Year's gift, Dude on a roll says, thanks for the honors. Well, I mean, the honor's actually mine. And like I said, if there's people that abuse being a moderator, then you'll lose it, It's just like that. But I feel like I have a good judge of character. Not that I judge people, but yeah, I think I have a good judge of character. Yes, Mandy, I learn something new every darn day. And that's what's great about life. I don't want to know everything. To me, that wouldn't be very fun if I knew everything. And I wouldn't even want to feel like, even if I thought I did, I don't know, sometimes, and I know people like that, they act like they know everything, especially when they don't. I know I don't, and it's okay. See, like now you're seeing a little more traffic down here. Haley Clark says, do they allow you to work here? I mean, I'm sure you could work if you wanted. I don't think they would say no. I do know there are some foreigners here that do work here in the Philippines, but their job might be in the US. A lot of, like, I guess they call them digital nomads, people working from home on their computers. So I do know they have that. But me specifically, I'm retired. And it's a blessing to even be here. I'm so fortunate and thankful and happy that I can be here. I'm gonna go up around this street. Fortune says like and subscribe. I appreciate that. Yeah, if anybody, like I said, you're here watching, just tap the screen, double tap, give me a like. That makes me feel good anyway. Maybe I'm actually doing something right. And it helps my channel, for the algorithm and stuff like that. Joey says Michael is a millionaire. In terms of money, I wouldn't say I'm a millionaire. Where I would say I'm a millionaire is I'm winning at life. I'm very happy here. Again, if I was still living in the States, I'd still be working. I have no choice, as does majority of people in America. You don't have a choice. And, once I found out there was another option for me it wasn't all about not working. I was just looking for places to someday visit and live, warm climates, islands, tropical stuff. And then that's how I stumbled along the Philippines. But I had no idea the cost of living was what it was. And then I was like, holy cow, this is crazy, And then I was like, I turned 55 in April. And I was like, I can do this. And I'm basically people always ask me what kind of income do I have. I won't tell you how much, but my income is my pension and my savings. That's it. That's it. And I don't even talk about, Social Security, when I'm eligible at 62, I'll be doing that. But for now, this is what I do. It's my pension, and I'm thankful that I have that. Was able to get it at 55. Slight reduction versus waiting. It wasn't even that big of a difference when I looked at it. And I was just like, I'm doing it. And that's what I did. And I've been happy as all can be since I've been here, and no longer on that stressful grind. I don't feel that sense of urgency anymore. It's slowly fading from my lifestyle. Because here in the Philippines, you can't, like when I first got here, obviously, I'm from the US. We're not patient for anything. At least I wasn't, and a lot of people aren't. So then I came here, and then you quickly learn you just got to relax and just forget it. Don't sweat the small stuff. When you want to get from point A to point B, who gives a crap if you get there, I don't know, in 30 minutes or whatever, or you're in traffic. You forget about all that stuff. Unless you have like a flight or something like that planned, well, that's a little different, but plan ahead. Things move slower here. So be very early for something if you got to get to a airport to catch a flight on time. But here, I don't care. If I get in a tricycle and it's slow, whatever, I get there when I get there. Levi Vaughn says, hey, I would like to connect with you because I'm going to do the same thing. Levi or anybody else who may have this same question, if you go to my bio on my YouTube channel, my Facebook is in there and my Instagram link is there. Reach out to me on either one. I'd be more than happy to help anybody as best as I can. Again, I don't know everything, but I can at least put you in a beginner's position because I was once there. So, and I would probably make it even easier from the things that I've learned to make it even more simpler and an easier travel and experience and everything else like that. But you're more than welcome. Reach out to me. People have helped me when I reached out to them on YouTube. They helped me, so I'm more than happy to do the same. How much USD is a normal rent? See, the UVE, that's tough. Again, like, I don't know what your expectations are for an apartment. Like, how much do you want to, how nice does it have to be? How big does it have to be? Furnished or unfurnished make a big difference. Me personally, I'm in favor of a furnished apartment. I don't feel like buying an empty apartment, furnishing it, and then what happens if you want to move? That's the whole idea with renting. You can bounce around all over the place and go visit places whenever you want. That's the difference, the benefit of not owning here. But like, I take furnished. So some apartments you have to pay a little more if it's furnished. And that way, when you move, bye-bye. It has all the utensils, everything you need. And usually, even the apartment I'm at right now, the owners, if I need a certain item or something like that, a cooking item, or like I got a double induction stove versus a single, they got me a double because I asked for it. Most owners will work with you, especially if they know that you're going to stay for a decent amount of time. I hope that kind of answers your question. But ABC, hello from New York. TR Eats says Cambodia. No, Dumaguete, Philippines. Mikey says, what are all the countries you've been to? Well, it's basically Philippines, but I've connected flights. So if I've been to other countries, it was only because I connected my flight. Korea, Japan, Taiwan. Those are the places that countries that I've landed, but that was only to connect flights. I haven't really, there's so much here in the Philippines for me to see, and I'm not ready to really travel just yet. And besides, I have to budget. You have to watch your money when you budget. Like I said, I'm not rich. I retired early, but I know what my budget is. Well, my budget's probably lower than what it needs to be, because I wanted to figure out a way to still be able to save money for when I take a trip. So Fortune says domestic Manila to Dumaguete, maybe 40 bucks. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right, because even when I flew from Cebu to Dumaguete, I don't even know if it was $40. So yeah, that's very inexpensive here. Red Rivera says looks like Sturgis, $40 USD. Yeah, ALD. That's what it is for the plane ticket. For if you're gonna fly from Dumaguete to Manila or even Cebu, might not even be $40. It's like no sooner when you're flying from Dumaguete to Cebu, no sooner you're in the air, you're like at its max in the sky and you're coming down already. It's a very quick flight. Russell says, hello, Mike. You know what, Russell? You've always been here, too. I got to take care of you, too. Russell, you need to be blue. Dr. Red Taco says, where do Americans and foreigners hang out? I guess it all depends on what you're interested in. That'll pretty much narrow where they hang out. If you're a drinker, I guess you'd hang out at a lot of, you could go to bars or not go to bars. I think anybody that's here, you definitely want to be outdoors in some capacity, whether that's near the ocean or simply like where I'm at walking, but I can be by the ocean. You can get to a beach, it's not far from here. I can go to another island on a boat and be there in 30 to 40 minutes, and it's not very expensive to travel by boat. You said this your apartment. I'm not near my apartment right now. My apartment's probably a mile and a half from here, whatever that is in kilometers. But yeah, my apartment's like a mile, 1.5 miles or so, or a little over from here. Mikey says, what's your transportation? Do you have like a car or a motorcycle? I just walk. I walk. A little nervous about owning a motorbike right now because I'd have to adjust to the different driving techniques, traffic differences here. Maybe at some point, but if I even had a motorbike, how often would I even use it? I prefer to walk, and it would probably be sitting. And I know some people that have said that they used to walk a lot and then they got a motorbike. Now they're upset with themselves because they don't exercise as much because they got spoiled by having a motorbike. So yeah, no motorbike, definitely never going to plan on owning a car. At least that's what I'm thinking now. I have no desire to own a car. I guess it depends on where you live. But yeah, my transportation is what they always used to say, shoe leather express, my feet. And again, my health is vital, important. And that's another reason I came here at 55. Listen, nobody knows what the future holds. If everybody just waits till they're 65, even if you're in good shape, you don't know what you're going to be capable of doing. I mean, I want to go to a waterfall and swing on like the ropes or that they have, swing on a rope and fall into the water and waterfalls and stuff like that. I don't know what I'm going to be like. Am I going to be able to do that at 65? I have no idea. Thank you, Edson. How do you say that? Edson Solnos Pina, I'll say 9175. Thank you for the thumbs up gift. I really like that. I appreciate that. I'm humbled. And then he sent me, he gave me the little 100 gift. Thank you very much. That's so nice and generous of you. Again, someday it's so cool to talk to everybody and you become friends with everybody on my live streams. Quite honestly, the best thing that could ever happen is you decide to just take a leap of faith and come to the Philippines and say, Michael, I'm here, and meet you guys for coffee. That would be like the ultimate, to me, that's what this is all about. Just inspiring people to know that there are other options in life. And if you're a warm weather person, not that, people that don't like warm weather, they're here. But for me, I really think you need to be a warm weather person to truly appreciate it and like it. Trying to read this. Hold on. Ryan says hi. Bill Meyer says, I would buy a 4x4 truck before a car. Yeah. I mean, especially if you're living in this location, you're good with a basic, scooter-like motorbike. You don't need like an off-road thing. Now, some people do where they go home, they kind of do go off-road a little bit. And you can tell those motorbikes that are a little more beat up that they probably go off-road. So that would make more sense. Like for me, I don't know what I would own. Maybe a dirt bike. That way I can do a little bit of both. Off-road, have that ability. How often do you buy new shoes because you're walking around every day? Mikey, well, I have a bias towards Brooks shoes because they seem to last the longest. So before I came back to the Philippines in June, because I went home in March of this year and then came back, I brought 3 pairs of sneakers with me, Brooks. Brooks are the ones that I've tried out of numerous brands: Nike, Adidas, Asics, On, Hoka. The ones that seem to last the longest on the bottom are the Brooks. I would say maybe 6 months I can get out of a pair if I'm lucky. But yeah, 10 miles a day, that, adds up quickly. Winter months are dry season in Philippines. Yeah, rain season is, I guess, supposed to be officially over. Now from January until May or June, it's the dry season. Hold on. I agree, Vietnam is absolutely crazy. People over there ride motorbikes as if every street is a MotoGP track. Fortune says Duma is in South Visayas, so not usually the rain or typhoon path. They have nice weather there most of the time. Yeah, and that's another thing I learned, Fortune, when I was in Bacolod. I felt like, although it was rain season when I was living in Bacolod, it was raining here in Bacolod more than it was raining here. And then when I left Bacolod and came to Dumaguete, it was raining in Bacolod, but not here. I prefer, it just seems like, I don't know, there's not much rain here. And even like you said, typhoons, some of the typhoons that were hitting, it was basically nothing burgers here and nothing really happened. Mikey says, dang, Brooks are expensive. That's like $300. Yeah, 2 of them are mine and the other pair was for my girlfriend. But money well spent. When it comes to that stuff in my footwear, with as much walking as I do, that's probably the most expensive thing that I buy. Other than that, I can get my clothes cheap at the other places over here, tops and bottoms. The cold is north of Duma, can get more rain. Yeah, I've heard that. Hokas are the ugliest shoes besides Crocs. Yeah, I don't have any Crocs. I know a lot of people wear them. Wonder if I should go towards the mall. Anybody in favor of me going towards the mall? R4X says, do you sometimes feel lonely? Do sometimes feel lonely living there with no family or old friends? No, I don't feel lonely. All right, I'm going to the mall. No, I don't feel lonely. You know what? And this is kind of, I've never really explained this to people, but obviously my mother and father are both 85 years old. I talk to them video chat 1 to 2 times a week. But I know their days are numbered. I mean, that's just realistic. I'm very close with my parents, very close with my mom. They've had their ups and downs with health issues and stuff like that, and that's a big part of what motivates me to take care of myself as well as I do too, because you see that and it motivates you. But anyway, being here, if I didn't have video chat, maybe I'd miss them a little more, but I make so many friends here, so many local, great, good quality people. I feel like I have family here. They treat me like family. As I said the other day, a friend of mine who's a manager at my favorite coffee shop, her baby, newborn, couple-month-old baby, is going to be having their christening soon. And they invited me to the christening. I mean, that's just how So I've kind of like have a new family here as well. And I think this is going to help prepare me for someday when I get that phone call, that dreaded phone call. At least I'm hoping that I'm just going to be a stronger person when something like that happens. If that makes any sense. So it's like being away, I'm hoping is going to be a builder of strength for me for when that day comes. And I don't know if anybody really gets that, but because someday they're going to be gone, you know, and I hope they live, you know, everybody wants their family, people, friends, whatever, to live forever. But ABC says, would your parents like to visit you? My mom's health would prevent her from ever traveling here. Yeah, she wouldn't be able to travel here. Her health is not very good. My dad's, I guess, is slightly better. I guess if it was just my father could probably come here and live out his days in the Philippines. I'm sure he could come here health-wise. My mother, that would be very difficult. She needs a lot of special care, and traveling halfway around the world, I think, would not be a doable thing. But my father could. So, I mean, can't imagine my father being without my mother, but if the situation ever came and presented itself, I'm sure if I told my father, just come to the Philippines, live out the remainder of your days, have someone take care of you here, he would probably do it. R4X says, God bless you, Michael. Well, thank you. God bless you too. I appreciate it. I'm just keeping it real with you guys and just telling you, I don't share everything, but when that question was asked to me about, do I miss or get lonely? No, I don't get lonely at all. I wish my mother and father could experience this, but they watch my videos. They'll watch the live stream, replay it. It's almost like they're with me. They do all that stuff, plus I talk to them. They're happy for me, quite honestly, they're really happy for me. So they get to live, through me. And that's a very humbling thing, as does a lot of other people. So, yeah. Yes, it's a beautiful day here. Very beautiful. How long have you been there? I got here in July of 2024. July of 2024, I came to the Philippines. Was only supposed to stay for 2 months. And I liked it so much that I was able to have the time off, and I had the money to extend my stay. Well, I ended up staying until March 17th of this year, until I had to fly back to the US. Fortune said refreshing. Dude on roll says, who is looking after your parents? Very good question. I gotta give a lot of love and credit to my younger brother. Both my parents, without my brother taking care of them in their house, my brother's younger than me, he's making the ultimate sacrifice. If my parents didn't have my brother, they'd be both in a nursing home. That's where they'd be. And quite honestly, if they were in a nursing home, I don't know if either one of them would be alive. My brother is a health nut like me. He feeds them the best food, the cleanest food. He has them on supplement. They're not on any medication at all. Strictly a clean diet. My mother's dealt with dementia. She had a stroke. She even had a form of diabetes, but my brother was able to get it all under control, where everything being done to her is naturally, and which is, I honestly think, is prolonging his life or her life. And then my father has a little bit of issues, joint pain and, knees. I just think it's with exercise too. When my dad retired, nothing against my father, but when he retired, he was kind of like one of those guys that just wanted to sit and watch the grass grow kind of thing. You can't do that. At least in my experience, you got to keep walking, man. You got to use it or you're going to lose it. And I just think he got so caught up and just chilling every day, having a beer, whatever, relaxing. That's great. But then I think his joints and all that stuff started getting stiff. And then he couldn't. Then when he really had to start exercising, he's having difficulties. And I think me and my brother seem to think, and it's probably true, just lack of use. So my brother, God bless, my brother's name is Jeff. He's making the ultimate sacrificing his life to take care of them. And truly an amazing thing, you know. It really is. And I even say to my brother, hopefully someday he can come to the Philippines maybe someday too. Yeah, my girlfriend's in the Philippines. Yep, she's here. She's actually at a friend's house babysitting her baby because her friend had to work and she needed help with her little, I think her baby's like 6 months old. So she's helping watching her baby today. Yeah, I do have an amazing brother. I know. Yeah. Words can't even express how much he's done and what it means to me personally. Yeah. Uh-oh. Buffering. Let me know if it goes away. This can get tricky through here. Shout out to Jeff. Joey says, how far away is that mall? The mall's right up here. It's not that far. The ultimate sacrifice is for you guys. Yeah. Let me know if it's buffering or lagging or if it's fixed itself. Should be all right. All right, better now. Yeah, Jeff, kids, I'm in Dumaguete. Yeah, sometimes when I go right through this spot, it tends to lag, so that's common when it happens through here. But I usually can get to the mall okay. It was stammering back at the straight truck, but fine now. Okay. That's good. Everything's good. That's why I gotta watch the bottom of the messages, because you guys are basically, it doesn't show that I'm lagging, but you see it. Raymond Harold says, my wife and I have done that for her grandpa, and then for my mom, wouldn't trade that time for anything. Yeah, that's truly, Raymond, that's just, that's my brother, man. He's like, that was his calling, I guess, if you could say that, that's his calling. And he's done a phenomenal job. Honestly, like I said, I think my parents are still alive and doing better because he's taking care of them and they're not in some nursing home. Thank you for the likes, number 113. That's awesome. I appreciate it. And again, I don't know if it's been answered in my live stream or not, but my name's Michael. Born and raised in Pennsylvania in the United States. With the exception of 2 years, I lived in Florida. If I was still living in the U.S., I might still be in Pennsylvania, but I'd probably get back to Florida. But I'd still be working if I was living in Florida or living in the U.S. period. I'd have to work. I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing right now. Damon Lee says, fish. This I saw God with my own eyes, came back. Nobody believes me now, living eyewitness. I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. This is the bus station in Dumaguete. This is where you can come and get the bus. You can go all over the place. This one's going to, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but Manjuoid or Juad. I took a bus like this before to my girlfriend's province. I don't like buses because the buses here, they don't have any bathrooms on them. And sometimes you're on a bus for 6 to 6.5 hours. Let me think, Joey. And I'm just guessing. Usually when I would just give the money to my girlfriend and just say, here, whatever it costs on the bus, pay for it. It's not very expensive. I think for both of us, one way to her province from here, like it's a 3.5 hour trip to 4 hours. I think it was like a total of 600 pesos or something. It's not very expensive for a bus trip. Yeah, they're like a city bus, except they don't have a bathroom on it. And what happens is I like to drink water, coffee, and stuff like that. Well, if they're not making a stop other than quick stops to pick up people, you're kind of in a predicament. That's why I didn't like it that much. What do you do there for money, says Diesel Junkie. Basically, my income is my pension and savings that I had. That's my income. Well, then I guess being honest, if any income that I get from YouTube, that's a form of income as well. That's it, which is not very much. And I'm not even including that. YouTube is never included in my budget and living here. It's not like something that was included in my living here in the Philippines. YouTube is just something on the side. Yeah, Russell, I would have peed in a bottle. That would have been quite the scene on a bus, but if I would have, yeah, I held it for over an hour on this one bus trip. It was a 6.5 hour bus trip from like Dumaguete to Bacolod, and we were an hour from Bacolod, and I was going nuts. Like, I never had the hold like that ever in my life, and I was fuming because they weren't stopping. Finally, I just had to run up to the front and told the guy, listen, you're gonna have to give me a few minutes. So I ended up peeing Philippine style along the side of the road. The good thing was it was dark, and I went up along the fence and peed by the fence. World's fastest golfer would like to include in my tour. World's fastest golfer, the Mazrad. May need the bag set up like hospital, no needle. Yeah. It's just like, yeah, you can't, it's like too difficult. I don't care your age. Like, if you're in a bus for 6.5 to 7 hours and you're drinking lattes and water, at some point you're gonna have to go to the bathroom. Yeah, no more 6.5 hour bus trips for me anymore. That's too much. No dude on roll. I ain't wearing no adult diapers. I think that's just for people that can't control when they have to go, and they just go. I ain't in that predicament yet. Hopefully it never happens, but I'm at the mall. I'm at the mall now. We'll see how active the mall is. It was pretty good yesterday, but yeah, I'm at the mall, Robinson Place Mall. Can you fly in and out of Dumaguete? Well, yeah, if you're gonna go like back to the States, you go Dumaguete to Cebu and then back home, or Dumaguete to Manila and back home. How you doing, sir? Nice seeing you. All right, now we're in the mall. Michael and my Depends. No. Don't scare me like that anyway. Someday that might happen to each and every one of us. It's not a joking matter. Look for silver at the mall. You mean like silver coins? I have silver at home. Very good investment. Silver and gold. Physical. ABC's laughing. I know. That's all right. I can make. I'll be the subject of your laughter. That's okay. Meanwhile, I'm cooling off here in the mall. Yeah, I don't have prostate issues, which is a good thing. My father does. But a lot of that can be fixed. I'm going to give you a little tip. A lot of prostate issues can be fixed with diet. Do your research, but it can be fixed with diet, because my brother helped fix that with my father, improve his prostate issues. His frequently going to the bathroom in the middle of the night. Are you from Cali? No, I'm from Pennsylvania. Here, I'll show you the mall. You guys don't need to see my face, but this is the Robinson Mall. My name from when my wife had a stroke. Bedridden is no fun. Yeah. All right, ABC. What's the current on silver right now? Last time I looked at it a couple of weeks ago, it was like 77. I think silver was at 77 an ounce or whatever. Number one will dry, number two won't. That's for damn sure. That's funny. Ryan Kwan said it hit 80 Friday. You're saying 80 degrees or the 80 years old? Oh, it's down. Never mind. You're talking about the weather. Or no, you're talking about silver. Never mind. All right, so here we go. Hit 80 Friday and down to 72. Papa Gear says, me, I can't hold it. I go every 30 minutes. Any herbs your father taking? I can get more specifics from my brother and share that in the next live stream. Or you just email me, reach out to me on Facebook or Instagram personally, and I'll ask my brother. He'll give you some recommendations like natural supplements and stuff like that. Joey Kernan sent a laughing disco. Thank you, Joey. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Sorry, I'm trying to show people's butts. I'm going up the escalator in the mall. It's always busy here in the mall. I don't know what everybody's buying, but it's always busy. Sorry, Michael, I need to go to bed. Been up since 6:15. It's 10:30. Have a wonderful day. See you next time, Russell. Appreciate you being here, my friend. I'm gonna give people the tour of the mall. Like I said, this game room, yeah, Peach. Yeah, you know the Peach, Josh. Trying to catch up on some of these. Silver. How is the AC in the mall? Dude on a roll, the AC is great. I'm in like cool down mode right now. So yeah, this is like a little treat for me to stop in the mall, which normally when I come to the mall, it's typically just to walk through and cool off, grab a bottle of water somewhere, and then head back out and keep on walking. I do it until I get up to my 10 miles. Usually it's a lot quicker, but I don't want to walk too fast because you guys are trying to see something. Dude on the roll, the air conditioning's perfect here in the mall. It's nice and like if most people get locals here are cold in the mall. Che we come into aircon and she's freezing. Ryan says, found a new channel to watch, brother. Love the content. It's 14 degrees and snowing. Well, here's something for you, Ryan. I'm in the gift that keeps on giving. You're now blue, Ryan, so when you talk, you're gonna see that you're blue. This is where people can get massages. Not full-fledged massages, though. The good massages, you have to go into the city. I don't know if they have them here. Found, let me see. Night, just subscribe. Hey, good night there, Ryan. Appreciate you being here. You can get a ride on one of them. There's another one. The Dino rides. Oh, this feels good for me though. I needed a little cool off. Oh, we will be blue sad until we visit or live there. No, blue is no feeling blue. Blue is this is a good blue. Positive vibes, no sadness. If anything, get motivated to come here. Don't talk yourself out of it. If you have every opportunity to do something in your life, and it doesn't even have to be the Philippines, it can be anything in life. Don't sit around waiting, because time goes by. It's like my grandfather always used to say to me since I was a kid. He'd say, Michael, my grandfather, Michael, the older you get, the faster it goes. And it didn't make sense to me when I was younger. Here I am, 55 years old, wondering where the hell it all went. Well, he was right. Space alien says time doesn't exist. That's possible. I'll tell you one thing. If time does exist, it's very valuable, and don't let it slip away. Because in the blink of an eye, it's here and gone. Mike, oh boy. I've heard that I'm the TRR 12, you almost got me. You almost got me. We used to say all different types of names that were like that. You almost got me. Jeff Kidd says, what is nightlife atmosphere like in Dumaguete? Nightlife is fun, but again, I always say to people, what is nightlife for you? Like, whatever your expectations are, chances are you can find it. I did do a night live stream one night with Che before Christmas, and then we did one for the New Year's Eve fireworks and stuff like that. Nightlife is fun. It's just different here in the Philippines. There's more of a family, social vibe. Yes, people are on their cell phones, but it seems like more people are more interested in getting to know you here in the Philippines versus at home in the U.S. You're just another needle, like in a haystack in the U.S. Where here for me, I feel like somebody. Hey, Lovelies, nice to see you, Lovelies. Until you need to get somewhere and it closes in 30 minutes across town. I like dance clubs and fun bars. You got those here, Jeff. They have those here. Some cities, bigger cities, are more lively and more active. They have everything you're looking for. And they have, if you like dancing and stuff like that, they have nice, beautiful girls you can meet. They dance, but honestly, if I had to give an opinion on one, I think you'd rather meet a shy girl, because once you get to know that shy person, they open up to you, and it's kind of special that way. It's just a different type of, not all of them are shy, but for me, like my girlfriend, she was very shy. I prefer a shy type, very, wouldn't say she had a low self-esteem, but she wasn't used to being looked at or called beautiful until she met me. So I prefer that type of a person. I'm gonna go downstairs. Nice, I'm not a drinker, but love to dance and mingle. Yeah, I don't drink either, and you can go to bars, and I've gone to a couple here twice with some friends of mine months ago, and I didn't drink, and I had a good time. Watching everybody else act all crazy and stuff like that, I was entertained. Yeah, she's loyal, Jeff. Yeah, you know what I mean? There's a lot of nice, special people here. Anybody I tell them if they're coming to the Philippines, there's no rush to meet somebody. Yeah, 2:40, it's like lunchtime. You know, your basic shakies and Sans Rival, and I showed people this yesterday. You got Greenwich Pizza. They can be jealous though, Shepard. The thing is, I'm a friend of mine right now. He is like a missionary. He lives here in the Philippines in Dumaguete, but sometimes if he's needed somewhere else in Asia, he has to go. Well, he has a Philippine girlfriend here in the Philippines, and he's in Vietnam because they had flooding. And he just reached out to me the other day and asking me stuff about, like, wanted my opinion on Filipinos being jealous. And I said, I don't look at them as being jealous. They just don't want to lose you. That's what it is, because they know there's competition, you know, here in the Philippines. I just think they just don't want to lose you. So I don't think that type of jealousy is a bad thing. It's just, call it insecurity maybe, but is Jollibee like KFC in the United States? Well, they have a Jollibee and a KFC. I only ever tried, personally, if I had to choose, which I don't really eat fast food, but if I had to choose between Jollibee and KFC, I'd eat at KFC. I tried Jollibee twice and I didn't like it. But I don't really eat fast food anyway. But some people, you know, when it comes to the jealousy thing as a foreigner, they don't like it. It bothers them. But again, there's a lot of other beautiful women here, and I don't blame them for maybe feeling a little insecure or jealous, whatever word you want to use. But there's like, you know, they have an iStore, an Apple store here. I mean, this mall is more than enough, you know. They have everything that you need. But I think I'm gonna head out of the mall now. I think I've seen enough of the mall. Apple store, they have an orange store. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Someday they'll have orange phones. New business. Out with the apple, in with the orange. But they have a grocery store here on the bottom, Robinson Grocery Store. I've been there many times. No ABC, I did not get my coconut water yet. Not yet. How much is the iPhone 17? Quite honestly, I haven't looked. My phone's an iPhone 15 Pro Max, and it's good enough, paid for. If I ever get another phone, it's just to have like a secondary phone to do live streams, but I probably wouldn't even get a new one. I don't know. Maybe I would, but this does the job for me. For now, I don't need another one. Berto Moore says, bra, where are we at? I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines, but I'm in the Robinson Mall. Haley says, I need a 15. You too, dude. Good morning, maybe? Oops, I didn't want to do that. Is Jollibee... Oh, so I don't know about that. I'm trying to go back. Gotta go. Time for my shift. Have a great day, evening, Michael, and everyone. Hey, thank you so much, dude on roll. Appreciate you being here. I'm heading back outside anyway. I had enough of the mall. Jeff says, when I get there, can you help me get all my SRRV stuff? The SRRV, I know limited about. My friend, it's former military. He has the SRRV. So I would be able to help you through him. But he has an SRRV. And being that he's former military, it's a lot less expensive than it would be for somebody like me, a civilian. Jeff Kidd said, I'm a disabled veteran. So yeah, you would definitely get the discounted. See, for you, it'd probably be worth it, because if you plan on living here, you get that. You don't have to worry about doing like I do with the tourist visa, tourist extensions. You wouldn't have to worry about that, whereas I do. Kangaga, hello. I always shop at stores that offer at least 50% discount. Yeah, if you can find them, there's nothing wrong with that. I try to save whatever money I can too. Be careful, there's a lot of snatchers there. Yeah, I guess. I don't really, quite honestly. Nobody ever, I mean, never say never, but I've never been in a situation. But I can give you help, Jeff. And if I don't have the answer, I can find somebody who does. And like I said, my friend Kevin, he just got his SRRV. He's military. He just went through the whole thing. So I know I have a close friend that can help you with that, Jeff. Shepard says, I missed out on military. Yeah, people always ask me if I'm former military. But no, but the military, I have the utmost respect for all the military. they're like my heroes. Other than my mother and father, I always say the military service members are my heroes. Jeff says, you're a great guy, Michael. I'll take you and your woman, Kevin, to dinner when I get there. You don't need to do that, but I greatly appreciate the offer. I mean, it's all good. That's what you do. You try to help people. People help me get here. So, like I said, if I don't have the answer, I know I can find somebody that does. I went past gas stations yesterday. Maybe I'll go past another one. I think there's one down here. We'll check the gas prices for you, Ryan. I don't have anything that requires me to get gas. But let me check that for you. I'll be passing it on my way anyway. Oh, I did. Well, there's one right down here. I don't even know which one I walked past. Must have been the one across the street. There's another one up here, Ryan. Right past the bus station. Yeah, Jeff, you won't be depressed here in the Philippines. At least in my experiences, it's very easy to make friends. Just be yourself. Be respectful, which I assume most people are. That should be a given. And smile at people and wave and be friendly. And man, you'll feel like you're on another planet, quite honestly. Yeah, it can kill a person. That's right. It's called depression. Definitely, I don't have that here. Depression and happiness is the true healer, my friend. That's what it is. Martha Array says hi. Papa Gear says you don't mind the heat and humidity. No, I love it. And I know that sounds crazy, but I'm used to it. I've always thrived in hotter weather for whatever reason. Although I was born in Pennsylvania, I just truly appreciate the warmer weather. Don't bother me. And actually today there's a little bit of a breeze. It's not too bad. And again, I'm getting close to that section. Sometimes it lags. So if it lags, it won't be for long. No, I don't have any, Ryan. No, none of that. What a great experience you're doing, man. I wish others would explore and get out of their comfort zone. And that's what it's all about. Getting out of their comfort zone. And if you can do that and feel comfortable and confident and don't talk yourself out of it, you'll be fine. Rick Tooker says, my fiance lives in Bacolod. Can't wait to get back there in May. That's great. I lived in Bacolod for 4 months. But that was after I lived in Dumaguete, and I preferred Dumaguete better. Bacolod was too much of a city for me. I didn't have the same vibe there, but some people like it. And like I said, that's okay. There's so many different places to live in the Philippines. I don't think you can go wrong. I'm sure you can always, you're gonna find a spot that just fits you perfectly for everybody. Tammy Jean Marsolet says, Tammy Fortune says, Jeff Kidd, go to Angela City. Yeah, and see, Fortune's another guy. I call him Master Fortune here in the live. He knows his stuff. But there, someday I'm gonna go visit somewhere else, and you know what? I might be like, hey, I like this place better than Dumaguete. It can happen. Where's the gas station? Nope, I'm turning around. I almost forgot. I'm turning around. I almost forgot the gas station. There's a sign right here. Good thing you reminded me. See how I get so focused? Where is it? Here we go. Right there. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. There you go. Diesel 55.4. Regular gas 59, and then V-Power, whatever that is, 66.60. But there you go. Thank you, California man. My apologies. Yeah, Sapalai, I haven't been there yet, but Sapalai, very beautiful beaches there. I have friends that were there that I actually saw pictures that they were there. It's beautiful. And there's a lot of beautiful places like that. Boracay, I have friends that go to Boracay all the time. That's peso, Cameron, pesos per liter. Per liter. Tammy says, I've always wanted to travel, but I'm scared. You know what? It's okay to be scared. I was intimidated and scared too. It's just because it's the unknown. Or you hear so many people. I remember I had family members trying to tell me, not my parents, but I had family members in the beginning trying to tell me I was crazy for coming here. Oh my gosh, you'll get kidnapped and they'll sell your organs on the black market, all sorts of crap. You know what I mean? It's like, is any of that stuff possible? Sure. But I've been here well over a year and I haven't experienced anything like that. That's not to say it can't, but come on. You know, like, but back to you saying you feel a little scared or intimidated. That's normal to feel like that. That's normal. It's because for me, I was nervous and scared because I was so content with my life in the States, thinking that was as good as it gets. And then I changed and I just said, you know what, I'm gonna do it. And basically once I got that plane ticket, I was locked in. Once you get the plane ticket, unless you get some sort of special, I don't know, like ticket insurance or something, if you have to cancel and you get money back, I guess that would be a way you could wiggle your way out of something. But Booty Cream Cheese sent me the 100. Thank you, Booty Cream Cheese. I was stuck up on the other comments. Someone said something about, hold on, life is so, you know what, you can fix your life though, Ami, Sidju, or whatever. I don't know where you're from, but you can change your life. You know what, you don't have to settle for a miserable life. You don't. I could have done that. And I said, nope, I'm not doing it. And then here, boom, happy as all can be. Trying to find what other, yeah, Jeff, they can live on 1,000 USD. Where's that? I missed the question. Anyone I've met from the Philippines, I absolutely love them. That's great, Tammy. I lost the one question. I'm sorry. I was trying to find it. Something I started reading, but I'm going to flip off of me because there's much more to see here. But it's getting busier now. Streets are getting busier. What do you do for work there, Todd says? I don't work, Todd. I'm retired. 55 years old. I have a pension and savings. And that's my financial situation. And that goes out to the ocean this way. Yeah, Shepard, I'd say that's good mileage at that price. But I don't work, Todd. I'm retired. But if I was still living in the States, again, if I was still living back home in the US, I'd be working. That's just a fact. I couldn't afford to live on what I'm living on here in the States. No way. Well, yeah, 55 in the US. Here, yeah, you can. It's great, and I'm blessed and happy that I was able to do it. The Philippines provided me that opportunity. Todd's in Pennsylvania. Holy crap, I'm from Pennsylvania. Another guy from Pennsylvania. Yep, I'm born and raised in Pennsylvania the majority of my life. With the exception of 2 years, I lived in Florida. How often do you all see hurricanes or other big storms? Quite honestly, I think I saw more storms in Florida than I did here so far. And now I know other people, other locations have dealt with some severe storms, but I've been fortunate when I was in Bacolod for the time and then Dumaguete. I haven't really seen much other than like a little bit of wind and rain and I guess some flooding in certain areas, but nothing too dramatic. Art Jacko says, without giving personal information, what would be a cost per month to live there comfortably, if you don't mind? You can, like Fortune just said, you can live comfortable for $1,000 USD a month. With each 100, it gets a little more comfortable, or you're just simply saving more for when you want to take a trip. You want to go on a little exploration excursion. Todd says, where are you from in Pennsylvania? I was born in Altoona, Pennsylvania, but my current U.S. address would be in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, central PA. You're near Pottsville. I've heard of Pottsville. Small world, Todd, but welcome to my live stream. Welcome to the Philippines. I appreciate it. Yeah, Ryan, your property taxes are $7,000. That's nuts. Imagine that $7,000 per month here. You'd be rich. You'd be rich in the Philippines. Balaman says, girlfriend easy. You mean to find a girlfriend? Is it easy? Is that what you're asking me? If you're asking me if it's easy to find the girlfriend, I guess it is, but you just take your time. Get to know people. There's no rush. Go out on dinner dates with people. Pick their brain. See how good their English is. See if you have a vibe with that person. Just take your time. You don't need to rush anything. I mean, one of the most overwhelming things I think for me is when you come to the Philippines, there's so many beautiful women, and they're all giving you attention. You got to teach yourself to be disciplined, and I'm just being honest with you. And that's what you do. You just be respectful and be under control. Ryan, I don't work. Hey, Tim Johnson. Hi, Michael. I see you're doing well today and walking. Never a dull moment, Tim. You know, I'm a walking fool, but I appreciate you coming by, stopping by. Beautiful day here in Dumaguete, Philippines. Beautiful day. Anthony, good morning from the UK. ABC says, James, enjoy your life. You look like Sergeant Marlin back at Walter Reed. Who is Sergeant Marlin? From Sydney, how to approach dating site or go to church, girlfriend. You know what? You can go to church. You can simply go to a coffee shop. You can simply just walk around, see people sitting on a bench. If someone piques your interest, and just be up to them, go up to them and say hello and introduce yourself. People here are very friendly. Shy, but very friendly. Georgie3443 says, I was just there last month, December 22nd. Came back to the U.S. Well, I hope you get back to the Philippines soon. Bees Poppin' says, Philippines is home to me. My mother is Filipina. Yeah, Bees Poppin'. Philippines is home for me right now, too. My home away from home. I have two homes. Georgie says, I've been to the Philippines like 3 times. That's awesome. When do you plan on coming back? Do you know when you're coming back again? And I know you said you just left. How long were you here for when you came before you left on December 22nd? Do you live there full time? Tammy says, yeah, basically. Like, I could go home whenever I felt like it, but obviously it's not cheap to buy an airline ticket. Oh, Georgie just got engaged. Well, congratulations. I don't know if it's Georgie or George, but congratulations on your engagement. Yeah, flights to the Philippines during Christmas are double. it's like I always say, I'm not rich, so I can't just fly, certainly not back and forth to the U.S. I don't have any immediate plans to go to the U.S. anytime soon unless, like I always say, the worst case scenario, medical emergency with my mother or father, that would be the only reason I'd go back. Yeah, Larry says the flight over there is harder and harder the older you get. Yeah, I think, for most people, it's the circulation in the legs. You need to at least get the seat where you can recline, put your legs up for better circulation. That swelling can be a pain. I'm not too bad. I simply think the reason why I don't have any much swelling is because I walk so much. I think if I wasn't a walker, I'd probably have the swelling issues because those are long flights, especially my one leg was from Atlanta to Korea, and that was like a 13 to 15 hour long flight. That's a long time, and I just flew in cheap seats, and but I was all right. I was surprised. Like, I didn't have any issues, and I just think a lot of it, if I had any, it was very minor, but I think a lot of it has to do with because I walk a lot. So it's your back, yeah. You just got to spend the extra money, I think, if you can afford it, whatever, to give you more comfort. If you can do it, I'd highly recommend it, especially when you get older. How long is the flight coming from Canada? Tammy, what part of Canada are you at? Like, for me, coming from Pennsylvania in the U.S., this gives you an idea. I flew from Pennsylvania to Atlanta, Georgia, the whole way to Korea to Cebu, spent the night, and then flew into Dumaguete the next day. That travel time just to get to Cebu was probably 27 hours, 26 hours total. That includes like layovers and stuff like that. The layovers aren't that bad. They actually help you, like 3 hours long. Was my longest layover, but it was nice. It gave me an opportunity to walk around, went to Starbucks. The airport in Korea where I was at, forget which one it was, super nice, very nice airport. Richard O'Hara says, do I have medical? No, I don't have any medical. And that's another reason why my health is so important to me. Exercise, diet, and all that stuff. But again, from people that I've met, a lot of minor things, I guess, you can pay for out of pocket. It's not very expensive. You can pay out of, like my glasses. The only example I can really give you is my glasses. Like, I brought these Ray-Ban frames. They're progressive lenses. They're more for reading, but I can wear them all the time. That's a progressive lens. These lenses in the US, when I was getting them done with vision care, were costing like, after the deductible, I started to pay almost like $300 out of my pocket for these non-scratch resistant, transitioning the tin and progressive lenses. Here, for the same thing, no vision care, right out of my pocket. For the both of them total is like $63 out of pocket. So that gives you an idea. That's like significantly cheaper just for glasses. Bees Poppin says they look really nice on you, my friend. Well, I like nice glasses. Like, these frames are a little heavier, like not heavier, but more thicker, durable. Now, I still use the case. I carry the case everywhere. I learned my lesson doing that. Oh snap, it's 1 a.m. here. Gotta be up at 7 a.m. to go paint at Grandma's house. Good to hear new info. See you next time, sir. Later to the rest of the regulars. New folks hope to see your name again. Yeah, Haley, that's just one example of how much cheaper. I mean, think about it. Even my deductible was close to $300 for the lenses, whereas this was $63 total, no coverage at all, out of pocket. Can't beat that. So I brought two different frames, and have another backup to get the lenses, putting them at some point. Oh, that's a little loud. How often do you do this? I do this every day. I've been doing this every day, I guess almost 2 weeks now. My live streaming walks. I enjoy it. People continue to show up, and it's fun. And hopefully I'm inspiring people to live life to the fullest. That's all I can say, whether it's here in the Philippines or somewhere else. But we're like at 120 minutes. I'm probably gonna end this live. I'm at like getting low on my battery, although I do have my power bank. I need to get some water. You can buy a fifth of rum for like $2.50. I don't know what it is here. I put my power bank on the phone. I don't drink. Have you been to Taiwan? I've only been to Taiwan when I flying. My layovers, connecting flights. I've been to Taiwan. Taiwan was like, from what I could see, was nice. That flight was actually nice too. That was from my first time going to the Philippines. That was San Francisco directly to Taiwan, and that was a Taiwan airline. But that was fun. But the one from Atlanta to Korea, that was like a Korean airline. That was like my favorite flight of them all. So professional, the airline stewardess, everybody, it was like an awesome flight. Fortune said 1,000 per month is very good. 2,000 is already luxurious here, exactly. I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines, Georgie, 3443. I'm in Dumaguete. And by the park, and I'm probably gonna go to the coffee shop around the corner. And, but listen, I'm gonna catch up with you guys again tomorrow. I'll be out doing my walking. Watch you next time. I really enjoy watching your channel. Hey, thank you guys for joining me. Again, without you, this channel is nothing. I need you guys. So, and it's therapeutic for me. I get to talk. Sometimes I miss good conversation being here in the Philippines. Michael, please take us with you to go get your water. So how do you go about transfer money to a bank? Jeff Kidd, keep that question in the memory bank. Right now, when I transfer, I'm trying to figure out which bank I want to do it for. I'm trying to find the cheapest. When I need cash, I simply just transfer Western Union to here to myself. That's what I do. Larry says, if you're not in good health, stay in the States. But anyway, we'll pick that up the next time. I promise I can be more specific. ABC, I know you want me to take you to get water. I'll be back. Next time I'm going to go get the coconut water where I got it before. But I'm actually not really near there. And thank you guys again for everything. Keep it charged, brother. Almost 200. You want me to 250 away? I don't know if I can get to that. Let me see. Keep well and stay safe. Charles Schwab refunds all your ATM. See, you know, like I have an Apple titanium card, or you can use the digital card on your phone. Ryan says, don't quit. The only thing, all right, here's what I'm gonna do. Because you guys ask, and I'm not afraid to keep walking. I'm gonna walk to the place where I get coconut water. I buy the fresh coconut. I gotta make sure I have enough change because I only have 1,000 pesos and I don't, let me see. Yeah, I can get water. I'm gonna go get it. I have change. All right, so we're gonna go to the Unitop, the new Unitop, which is near, the place I get coconut water. Raymond says, I just subscribed, you inspired me. Well, that's good. Neil says, I use Remitly to bank transfer to BDO. Yeah, Niels, I got to figure out something at some point. I don't mind doing the Western Union for now, transferring to myself. I just didn't have enough knowledge about it. I've talked to my friend Kevin. He kind of told me what he does. I don't recall off the top of my head because we briefly talked about it. I'm definitely not a quitter. Yeah, I'm not a quitter. I'm a walking fool, but I'll do that because you know what? I can use some coconut water, so I'll go there. You guys are staying. You said you think I'm going to get to 200 likes, which if I were a betting man, I'd say that's not going to happen, but that's okay even if it doesn't. I have a referral link I can send you. All right, Niels, that's right. We're on Facebook. I appreciate that. Send me the referral. that's something eventually I have to get taken care of anyway. That's something I need to look into. So I appreciate that, Niels. Donnie, I'm gonna keep going. Oh, the go-karts for rent. You mean there? Yeah, the kids, those kids get on those, yeah, but I don't know how much it is. I would guess a couple pesos, if that. ABC, I can do it. That's one thing you'll learn about me. I have a very strong mindset, I guess. I always push myself to the limits, probably harder than I should, but I'm fine. I just need water, but coconut water is probably my best bet right now. Impact Film Production says hello. Hello. And if anybody hasn't given me a like, I'll say it. You can see my face, but if anybody hasn't given me a like and you're interested in liking my live stream, apparently people want to see this get to 200. I'm okay whether it does or doesn't, but that's the challenge. I'm going to get coconut water, so we want to see the likes get to 200. We'll see what happens. Yeah, a scooter would be cool. I mean, I'm not anti-scooter. I'm just well, not very confident right now. But I think I will be. But again, the only way I'd get a scooter now is if I was renting it, because I would use it so very little. So if I wanted to take a trip and I know I was going out into a province location where traffic is like this and I was more comfortable, yeah, scooter would benefit me. But I have friends that have scooters that can give me a ride to places too. So my hand's not being forced to rent a scooter. I just posted a link from Remitly for cheap money transfers. I'll also send it to you on Messenger. Thank you so much, Niels. I greatly appreciate that, and I greatly appreciate that you're still here. Each and every one of you, guys and girls, men, women, ladies, thank you for being here. But this is why I'm like, this is how you guys know how much walking I do. I'm not a bullshitter. If you want to talk the talk, you got to walk the walk, right? Isn't that what they say? For now, Impact Film, I'd say for good for now. But that's the thing, when you're renting, you can be here today and go somewhere else tomorrow. And that's what I like. The opportunity to be able to go other places. And renting furnished apartments is the most beneficial for me. When I leave, everything stays there. I don't need to be buying a bunch of stuff because chances are I'll end up having to give it away, which is okay. But it's kind of pointless for me to buy stuff just to leave it behind. Dustin, yeah, sometimes I do too. I know the feeling. Yeah, up this way is where I get the coconut water. Yeah, see, this traffic is nothing like it normally is. Very, very quiet. No problem, ABC. You're welcome. Again, it's the least I can do. I don't mind it. Walking's beneficial to me. You guys getting to see this is beneficial to you, hopefully. Yeah, it's real calm today. Like it's definitely really calm. Bees popping. Where'd you get those thumbs up? Thank you. Whew. See, now I'm at my coconut place. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you. Woo. Time to drink. Thank you. This stuff is the best. I gotta pick it up one-handed. Hey, kissing the dream. Dustin says this is pretty cool to see. For me, I've never left Canada. I can't imagine that cold weather. Here, I'll let you guys watch this stuff. Thank you for being here, Dustin. I appreciate it. I wish I could send everybody some warm weather wherever you're at if it's cold. Thank you. Happy New Year, too. Yeah. Sometimes they grind a coconut in there to make coconut milk. That's for the water. I'm not sure what they make in the back. This here was 35 pesos. 35 pesos for that. Neil says I'm coming back in late January. I wish you could visit Dumaguete, Niels. That would be fun. I hope to meet up with a lot of you guys someday. Yeah, these ones they grind up for coconut milk. They're like older. The green ones are more fresh for the water. Mine's almost empty. All right, Niels, that sounds awesome. I'm just finishing this coconut water, guys. You want me to eat some of the meat? I'll eat a little piece of it. I usually don't eat much of it, but I'll tell them I want a piece of the coke. The jelly is the white lining. Can I just have a piece of the coconut meat? Just one little piece, a small. I'll eat it. See, watch, hold. It's the white lining on the inside, it's like jelly. And you can just scoop it out. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah. Shout out? Here, you look. Go ahead.
Shout out for episode. Just repeat after me, okay?
Yeah.
Try.
Shout out.
Shout out. You.
Shout out
Apiton.
Apiton. Shout out Apiton. They're all saying hello to you. They said say hello to you.
By the way, what was the name of your page?
Oh, it's called Castaway Drift.
Castaway Clip?
Yeah, like cast away drift, D-R-I-F-T. I can, if I come back here later, I'll show you after my live stream. I'll show you. Thank you. There, so we got the coconut meat. Happy New Year, guys. I'll see you. Thank you. So 35. See, that was nice. I always feel bad when I tell my channel, like someone mentioned before, I need to get like business cards or whatever so I can give to people. But I told them I would come by here later and show them my channel on my phone because I can't flip to that now or I'd lose the whole live stream. Never buy the brown coconut. It's much older and good for cooking. Yeah, ABC, that's like, yeah, they make the coconut milk and stuff out of that. The water is green. 35 equals to 60 cents. Well, there you go. Thank you for sharing that. 60 cents. Well worth 60 cents. You can get coconut water in the US, but it's not, that's like pasteurized coconut water. This stuff is fresh. So yeah, now I have the coconut meat. I don't know if you guys want to see me eat a piece of this. Crazy blessed family. How cheap. 60 cents for coconut water. That's crazy. And that's like a whole, it's a lot. That's a lot to drink. Oh, there you go. ABC, $5 to $6. He has the coconut meat in 2 bags. You ever check out the plantations? When I've gone to Chase Province, we went out into a rice field. It's in one of my older videos. Or if you ever check out a video on my channel, it's when Che and I traveled to her province. We went out into a rice field that she actually worked at when she was 7 years old. She worked 8 to 10 hour days in the province. In the rice fields. Can you imagine that, being a 7-year-old working out in the rice field? I don't know many 7-year-olds in the States that would be working manual labor for 8 to 10 hours in a rice field. Maybe some kids that grow up on a farm would do that, but ABC says I used to sell them at my store. That's awesome. Yeah, it is Tiger Heart Productions. You're exactly right. It's better than bottled water. There's more nutritional value in coconut water. You can't even buy bottled water for 60 cents in the US. You're exactly right. Unless you're getting natural spring water that has natural electrolytes in it and natural minerals, which is very expensive in the US, that's what I would get. It would be, what was the brand of the water? Mountain Spring. It was in green glass bottles I would get in the US by the case, called Mountain Spring water. Very expensive, but probably the cleanest and best water that you can get. But yeah, I don't think when you're matching up a coconut with regular water, I think a coconut, in my opinion, wins every time. Steve Ellis 67 says, good evening from Australia. Our Jacko says, do the police ride motorcycles? Yeah, I've seen them on, like, it's almost like a dirt bike. They have like a special kind of like alarm horn. You can't really notice them as much, but they do, they have them. They kind of come out of nowhere when they're chasing somebody, probably without a helmet or something. Are we close to my condo yet? Hell, we're completely at the opposite end of where I live. Yeah, that would be, from here to my apartment would be another 30 plus minutes or so, maybe even longer. But no, that's completely at the opposite end. I'll show you guys that sometime. Don't worry about that. I need to make a video of that anyway. I wanted to make a video of my apartment what's all included. And I've been saying this over and over again, and I need to stop talking about it and do it. It's easy to do. Just do a video of where my apartment is, the swimming pool, everything that comes with it, just to give people an idea of what you get. You're gonna need to call an ox. Actually, once I drank that water, I feel 1,000 times better. Much better. No rush. Yeah, that'll be next live stream. It's just tough down that way because I have to be careful because there's spots that I walk from my apartment through Silliman College that always break up. Like the signal gets really crappy. It's because there's a lot of trees. I think from what I've learned and based off the opinions of others in the live stream, when I've tried to do things out of the city and then there's more trees, the trees are interfering with the signal, which causes it to basically stop. And then I lose all you guys. And I don't like doing that because you guys take the time to come to the live stream, and then if it fails, I don't like that. I don't like failing. But anyway. Yes, Mountain Spring water is the only I drink here in the U.S. Yeah, Mountain Spring Valley, I think, is the name of the one that we buy. Is in green glass bottles. That's another thing. Glass bottles versus plastic bottles. There's facts in that, the difference between drinking a plastic and glass. Unfortunately, here, I don't have much of a choice. Yep, it is terrible. And that's why I always tell people, do research. I'm not here to preach what people should do or shouldn't do, but when you research stuff and you learn stuff, you're like, holy cow, you're shocked. Joey, she was helping, she's at a friend's house, babysitting her friend's 6-month-old baby. Her friend works and her friend didn't have anybody to watch her baby, and she asked if Che could watch her. She knows I'm out walking and doing this, and I just said, sure, you can go do that. So that's where she's at. Yaw's Deal says, this looks like the Philippines. Yes, you guessed correctly. It's the Philippines. How many hours do I put walking? Well, let's see here. I've been doing this live stream now for 143 minutes. So 120 would be 30, 60, 90, 120. That's over 2 hours. I've been walking since I got up this morning. I went out. I'd say at least 6 hours a day I walk, probably 6. I do the majority of my walking early in the morning, and then I do obviously what I'm doing now. Usually I get 10 pretty quickly between my live stream and my walks beforehand, and then sometimes later I still feel energized and I just walk more. It just depends. What's the daylight there? It gets dark at 6 o'clock every night, all year round, if that's what you're asking. 6 o'clock. Where, John? This is Dumaguete, Philippines, John. That's where we're at. Cool Kingman, Mr. Cast, I thought I just saw your name on one of those motorcycles that you just passed. Maybe. Welcome, Cool Kingman. Welcome back, my friend. Nice seeing you again. Again, as always, I always appreciate everybody that's with me. Do you typically eat Philippine food? Yeah, I typically eat Philippine food. And then when I go out to eat, I typically get, not typically, I guess. I usually get a chicken katsu burger. I like a chicken sandwich. It's got like cabbage and lettuce and cucumbers and some type of mayo barbecue sauce. That's like a cheat meal for me. Sometimes we'll get pizza. My favorite restaurant in Dumaguete is Astoria. I talk about this place all the time. It's Esturya. They have the best of everything. American cuisine, Philippine cuisine, Mexican cuisine, like whatever you want. Pizza, Italian. Yeah, it's an American, OMG. Cool Kimmy says, thank you, nice to see you also, sir. Thank you again for the live. Well, now I'm back to my spot where I started before I went to get the coconut water. So now, being it's 3:33, I'm gonna get a small little latte espresso because it's kind of late. I don't like to drink coffee this late, but a tiny one. That's my little treat after all this walking and live. And Impact says I'm a vegetarian. I hope they're a vegetarian friend. Oh yeah, there's I don't know about Astoria having vegetarian friend all food, but that's something I can ask. I'm not 100% sure on that. Ah man, cool Kingman 346. I know you don't eat Jollibees, so go get some water. Actually, I just had some coconut water and they cut out the meat out of the coconut, the jelly or whatever you want to call it. So I do have some of that. Niels, no Starlink yet. People keep telling me that there's a way that you can get a second mobile phone, a second one, with a different SIM card in it, and somehow integrate both of these phones together when you're doing a live to prevent lagging and problems maybe when I'm in areas that kind of give me trouble. I don't know if you know anything about that, Niels, but that's what my one friend he's back in the US. He went back to the US after I think he's been in the Philippines, well, in Asia for 3 years. He told me something about that. I don't quite understand it, but maybe you do. Is it difficult to become a resident there? I don't think I'll ever become a true resident. I'll probably, I guess if you get married, you get some perks of being married to a Filipino, but being a citizen here, I don't think there's anything in it for me that would really make it something that I would want to do. How does the pizza there compare to a typical USA independent pizza shop like in your PA town well, the best place pizza is Astoria. That's the closest thing I can get to home, and his is actually really good. I have to admit, his pizza's pretty good. That's the closest I can get to home. So at least I do have that option when I just need a good pizza. Yeah, Niels, I don't know much about that. This person just said all the live streamers do it. Somehow they have 2 mobile devices, 2 separate SIM cards, and they kind of feed off of each other to prevent the disconnection during a live stream. I'm not sure. Yeah, Starlink would be good for me, Cool Kingman. I just think here, Starlink would be beneficial if I went somewhere where I completely cannot get any type of 5G, LTE, any service whatsoever. But for me, when I walk outside of the city is when I seem to run into some problems with the trees. Again, I don't know if the 2 cell phone theory, 2 SIM cards would help with the trees blocking the signal from the towers. I'm not 100% sure. But I appreciate you guys helping me out. But that would be something I'd like to improve in my live stream because I would like to walk even further outside of the city. I tried it the one day and I didn't have much luck. I walked from Banilad outside of the city back into the city and it disconnected. It wasn't good, so I ended the live. But anyway, I'm gonna probably call this live stream a day, a success. It sounds like they're talking about a multi-WAN router that would work with 2 different Starlink dishes, but not cell phones. See, you know more than me. He just kept saying 2 cell phones, 2 different SIM cards. Somehow they feed off of each other, which prevent the disconnect that I would have with just 1 cell phone. Again, I still don't get it, but cell phone coverage is through Globe and Smart, exactly. ABC says, Michael, we sincerely appreciate you taking care of us, giving us an opportunity to see another country on your time. Much love and admiration. And ABC, You've been here a lot. You're getting blue. I appreciate it. But with that being said, I'm going to let you guys go. The likes is fine. Don't worry about the 200. It's not that big of a deal. It was just funny for me to challenge you guys since you challenged me to go get coconut water. But with that being said, thank you guys very much for being with me, joining me, the super chats, the super gifts, just your time. Thank you a lot. God bless all of you guys. Have a great day. Enjoy life. Good night, good morning, good evening, wherever you are at. And Miles, you're just stopping in now. Miles, now you make me, I can't go. Miles, I'm going to be meeting Miles and her husband tomorrow morning, I think for breakfast, as far as I know. But Miles is a Filipina and from the Philippines, and she's married to a foreigner and lives in the United States, but she's here on vacation in the Philippines. So welcome, Miles. Thank you for stopping by, Miles. I was just getting ready to end my live stream. I've done this for 151 minutes. Joey says, see you. Miles says, how are you? See you tomorrow. Yeah, I'll send you a message later, Miles, to confirm our time meeting for breakfast tomorrow morning. But I appreciate everybody. Let's go get coffee. Yeah, I need something. I just got to take a little bit of a break. Peace and love, brother, Jeff, Kid, everybody. Have a great day, night, evening, whatever, wherever you're at. Love you. Thank you. See you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. 176 is good enough, guys. It's all good. Thank you.